When Jim and Bill opened this bank, it was the worst kept secret in the world. And so Jim had invited me to lunch. I told him I knew what he was doing and that I wanted to be a part of it. And he brought me on board, hired me on the spot.
Jim's truly just a larger than life guy, and those kind of folks are not easy to find anymore. He's definitely was a throwback to a time when communities were smaller and tighter knit.
I was a young girl when I first met Jim because he actually went to St. Mary's with my dad. They started second grade together. Known him all my life.
I met Jim literally the first week I was hired about 17 years ago. He was a larger-than-life gentleman that stormed into my office and said he was with the Allan Hancock Boosters and how could he help. Invited me to lunch before anybody else in this community, and we were fast friends.
When you talk about love as a leadership style, it's somebody who leads with support, empathy, and respect. And that was Jim. And he just had this way of bringing people in, shining a spotlight on them, valuing them, appreciating their contributions. He was just an amazing human being to work for, truly. He was a brilliant mentor and coach.
During our very first advisory committee meeting for the agriculture program, we were asking the committee members, how do we let the community know that we have a new ag program? Jim's only suggestion was, you've got to build a rodeo team. He said that would attract a lot of the students from this region that are interested in sort of the animal science side of things, ag business, but also who have had to historically travel out of town to go to another college if they wanted to college rodeo.
He put a lot of his heart and friendship into our coaching staff, into the department.
And Jim wanted to recognize Joe. He came to the administration and said, you know, we want to name the gym after Joe White. As I understand the story, the administration at the time told him, well, you have to raise $250,000. And he said, okay, when do we announce the name change? And after the money's raised. Jim was a little offended by that and said, you know, if I'm telling you we're going to raise the money, we're going to raise the money.
Somebody told him they didn't think he could do it. It made him want to do it that much more. And he put that much more love and effort into it. So this gym was the first project.
That was just the start of, he raised over $1 million just for Hancock and the athletics program. The amount of money that went into that and the student success that creates on the back end can't be overstated.
The biggest thing for me personally about Jim is how much he believed in me personally, and in my ability to handle things, in my ability to do things that I didn't think that I was capable of. Even when I didn't believe in myself, he wholeheartedly believed in me.
He was a friend to me before anyone else in this community, and I knew if I ever needed something, I could ask him. I'm gonna miss my friend.
It was good that you knew when you were dealing with Jim, you're dealing with a man of his word, whether it was putting signs up at the ballpark or starting the rodeo club. He wanted to really enhance this community, and we're all better for having had Jim as a friend. What Jim reinforced for me is that if you dream big and you want to get big things done, you can do it if you're tenacious.
I had a dream the morning of Jim's passing. Jim came into my office and he shut the door. And I'm like, what are you doing here? You should be home. You're not well. You're not well enough to come back to work. And he said, I just had to see you. And he just embraced me in this huge bear hug and just wouldn't let go until I finally woke up. And that was Jim.